She came to national attention as Rachel Dolezal, a white woman who identified as black. Now, she's back in the headlines, and it involves Dolezal, who legally changed her name to Nkechi Diallo in 2016, was fired from her job as an after-school instructor at an Arizona elementary school after the school district discovered her own account. In the ensuing media frenzy, she resigned as president of the Spokane chapter of the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, the NAACP, and was dismissed from her faculty position as a professor of African Studies. She said she hadn't been able to find a job in the 6 years following the controversy surrounding her racial identity. She said she made ends meet by braiding hair, grant writing, and selling content on Cameo.
What made you kind of like transform from your attorney job to just doing only?
My mom's a lawyer, my sister's, like everyone in my family's a lawyer. So I kind of was, it's not like I was doing it because I was like, I've always wanted to be a lawyer. This isn't what I want to do. But I thought I didn't have a choice. So it was actually when I was studying for the bar that I just started the only, not knowing that it would turn into what it is. And then when I saw that it could definitely be a career for me, it was like a no-brainer. So more time, money, happiness, freedom.
Posting highly provocative, often explicit photos and videos of yourself on the internet for the pleasure of thousands and sometimes millions of anonymous oglers is not most people's idea of smart. So why then are so many young Australian women signing up? Well, they say it's an easy way to make a fast fortune.
You know, I gotta keep it a buck. The jig is up, Rachel. Everyone knows who you are. Everybody knows the backstory. They know how you race fished people. Your parents dropped the pictures and had you looking like Little Debbie's or Wendy's. And then, you know, you was walking around acting like you was the new Angela Davis, the president of the NAACP and your chapter, talking about, oh, I identify as black. You were the original person to start all of this crazy mixed up identification stuff. I'm still trying to identify as a millionaire and nobody is listening to me. So, of course, when they found out that you had the OnlyHams, they let you go. And they let you go justifiably. I mean, parents do not want you teaching their kids by day and going and being a spicy actress by night. Most parents don't want that because parents feel like they want to, when their kids are young, impart morals and values on their children. And they are worried that you may impart different morals and values on their children. And there's a lot of evidence that you are confused and that you play loose with the facts, and just perhaps you might say some things and convince some people of some things and conduct yourself in a certain way that they probably don't want to be associated with. And for all the folks in the comments saying that, you know, leave that lady alone and let her live, well, hire her and have her teach your children. I'm sure she's open for a job right now. You can have her homeschool your kids, and then you guys can have a big kumbaya family and work it out the way you want to work it out.
It used to be where men provided financially or with schmeat and can make their own self come and we can pay for our own. So I'm gonna need y'all to catch up. 90% of my clientele have been men, black men specifically. And what we specifically work on is expanding their emotional vocabulary because a lot of y'all motherfuckers don't even have the words to express how you're feeling. Y'all told to elevate our standards, and at the cost of us elevating y'all standards, y'all got axed because y'all didn't elevate either. We're not tolerating emotional abuse, emotional neglect. Step it up. Go talk to somebody. Go expand your emotional vocabulary so your life can be better.
A therapist that was meant to help black men that she was serving, instead she disparaged and insulted the men she was supposed to help. Well, in underdeveloped, stubborn, bullheaded, new age, modern woman fashion, she doubled down on the BS she was spewing and got fired for it.
Y'all listening to these Kevin Samuel ass and it's leaving you 50 and alone.
You just heard from Shabri Rawls. She's a licensed...
Then a rare W from Fox 26 admonishing and criticizing her for her unprofessional conduct. So in response to her firing, what did she do? She started an OnlyFans, of course. In this clip, you can see that she's still showing contempt to men, but at the same time, she needed their hard-earned money to help her with her living expenses and make ends meet.
I'm tired of dating, just off the simple fact that men deserve hell in jail. Not all of y'all, but just like 99.9.999% of y'all. You know, for one, I would like to be the one that's like nurtured, you know, but not sure when or if that's ever gonna happen. So, in the meantime, I'm just gonna mind business. Yeah, y'all don't deserve my good, kind-hearted nature. or this. Y'all don't deserve this. So be well.
We now even got white-collar professional ladies foregoing their careers and their degrees, ditching their morals and ethics to go after the almighty dollar. No shade, no hate, I'm just calling it objectively for what it is. We got high school teachers, in this case 2 of them at the same school, resorting to the only yams and hams because they have crushing student loans, high credit card debt, and low pay. When ladies have to resort to the spice work, it becomes the real travesty of our capitalistic system. What does it say about our society where teachers and other professions get paid less than the average thought? Butts and clams and cheeks wide open on these spicy sites. And what does it say about these lonely stands and horny fans tricking away their money on cookies, assets, and commodities they can readily find free on the internet? But of course, you should support your local content creator. Anyway, beyond the scope of this video, but some food for thought.
The necklace?
Oh, I have
you have a tattoo?
Yeah, I have it tattooed, and I have the mic.
Well, I'm curious, do you think God would approve of you doing only?
Yeah. God loves me, no matter what I do. God will always...
No matter what you do?
Yes.
Do you wear the cross while you're engaging in shooting your...
I do, actually. I never take it off. I've actually never taken it off. And
Does Jesus say, if you love me, keep my commandments?
So which commandment says not to act?
The purpose of pornography is to create lust. Lust is one of the 7 deadly sins. Lusting is equivalent to adultery.
There are 2 types of women that do spice work, one being the desperate spice work woman that resorts to finding the fastest and easiest way to make money, which is through her God-given goods, aka her sexuality and femininity, to overcome financial hardships, aka going broke and homeless, just like the women we just talked about. But then you got another type of woman, the opportunistic spice worker, that also wants a fast, easy way to make a buck instead of getting a man. It's just going for the bag. Just like this Jasmine Jafar here, making the waves on the internet.
So, just going back to your career, so you are a licensed attorney. However, you don't practice because you do only.
Yeah, so I quit my job at my firm so I could focus on my only career.
What's the kind of money compared to being an attorney?
So attorney's like 6 figures a year, OnlyFans is 6 figures a month, so quite a difference.
You're self-described 304 lawyer. And you also said I was just too sexy to be a lawyer.
True.
Bio.
I have huge natural G cups. So what am I supposed to do? Much more profitable.
Okay.
Does being an attorney for 6 months really count? Any attorneys out there willing to chime in and drop a comment in the comments section? What do y'all think? What's the point in going to college to become a lawyer when you are ultimately going to work in adult entertainment? The career results in the revenue between the desperate spice worker and the opportunistic spice worker will be different based on how they look, how they're shaped, how they connect with their audience, and what type of nasty things they'll do to stay relevant on the internet. But the common theme they share is that these ladies will always have a stigma of being a spicy adult worker in society, business, and the dating market. And if somehow these ladies are lucky enough in finding a guy that share their similarly overly liberal and loose values, the real question is, are these the type of guys, the ideal men that these ladies are attracted to and will respect in a relationship?
I mean to when you're failing your classes, yeah.
I'm not failing.
A D.
It's not failing.
That's a D, it's failing.
F is failing.
A D is failing.
Shut the hell up. You're literally doing your career isn't only. You can't be talking. You're selling pictures of whatever. You can't be saying. All that studying was for what? For what?
Honestly, polite savages, bros, ladies, and hoes, I really don't care what these women do with their bodies and commodities. This new age sexual liberation and empowerment is really benefiting guys that think like I do, that will capitalize on this new modern woman mindset and philosophy. But ladies, there will always be risks and benefits, costs and trade-offs to this newfound freedom and finances you ladies have unlocked for yourselves. Just don't expect men to conform to this new paradigm you ladies created. My real concern is this, however. What will happen to nuclear families and children? What will happen to our communities and society here in the Americas and the Western world? I don't know about you, but I like being number 1 around the world and being a leader in the world in economic affairs. But it seems like our country is imploding in real time.
Well, also women who sell nowadays is because they have to. They don't really have a choice.
Well, how can you be a victim of your own product?
Well, it's not a you're not a victim. I still think you're a victim to sex work. A lot of women are.
Feminism, the pill, the sexual revolution, and I think OnlyFans and porn is sort of the end stage culmination of that cultural shift. And when you guys sit there and say, I feel so empowered by doing this, I do it because I love sex, I know you may think that, but there are forces that are a lot more powerful than any of us here. There are corporations that want you to be sitting there and saying that because they want you to buy into this narrative, because they are intent on the destruction of Western civilization. And the way that they have always done this empirically, whether it's socialism, communism, Marxism, has been going after the family unit. And what you guys do is detrimental to the family unit.
Shots fired.
I just love shagging.
And it's just time for Reverend Dude Wrong just to say a little something about it. Yes, all that glitters ain't gold. You gotta be careful if someone is spending $62,000 on you, because they in a relationship with you, but you ain't trying to be in a relationship with them. When the devil grins at you at 3 in the morning, it's a little frightening. You need some help. You need some support. It's a little safety and security. All that glitters ain't gold. I said it once and I said it twice. Let me get my Umar on. All that glitters ain't gold. All that glitters ain't gold. If it's gold and it glittering, it might not be all of that.
That's all I got for you, you polite savages. Like and subscribe. Hit us up on all social media networks.
We found true happiness